So you would follow that. So what would be the thread in our maze? It would be the blaze. And a lot of people's heads are going to explode at this point, but a blaze is it's the marking on a horse's head. So like here's a horse's blaze. There's a horse's blaze. I think that's photoshopped, but you never know. That's a horse's blaze. There's a horse's blaze. All right, now we see what a horse is. There's a blaze on a horse, right? Um, that is one definition of blaze. Another definition of blaze is to mark a trail with a blaze. So I threw in these real quick. I had to go grab them off a website. A blaze is a mark on a horse's head. It's, a trail to mark a trail with a blaze, to show a path by marking trees on a blaze, intentionally burning fire. A blaze also could be, there's a bunch of other definitions about it being a torch, a sudden outburst, a dazzling display, intense direct light accompanied by heat. So a lot of interpretation there for what a blaze could be. A lot of people have surmised that when Forrest Fenn talks about the blaze, he's talking about the sun, and that that is an interesting line of thought. I mean, he really well could be talking about that the sun coming up in the morning. It could be the sun at noon. Also, he could also be talking about some kind of a sundial, which is really interesting in the sense of what time is he talking about. But I'm going to walk away from that idea about the blaze and the sundial thing because it's just really arbitrary about time, and you have to be at the right place and the right thing. So going back to the clue, the meaning of a clue, something that guides you through an intricate process or maze of difficulties. And the story of the Minotaur was that he used the string or the yarn to work his way through a maze. So the thing that I'm trying to get to, which maybe I should have done from the very beginning, but then you wouldn't listen to my videos, is that is does the thrill of the chase, the poem, okay, it has 9 clues, and what our task is, what we've been tasked to do, is to our way work our way through a maze. So the poem, and stick with me on this, the poem provides you with the information that you're going to need to go to, and I know it may be difficult for some people to accept, but the clue provides you with a map, and you're going to have to go to 9 different places, maybe 8. So how big of an area are we talking about? And I have a solve or a theory that it is entirely possible that where warm waters halt, And Forrest Fenn's telling you to begin where warm waters halt. And I'm going to bring out my drawing tool here. And I have a funny feeling that where warm waters halt is someplace right here. And so if I can double up on this without messing this up too much. Oh, I gotta turn this off. So I can do both. So Forrest Fenn says, begin it where warm waters halt. And take it in the canyon down, not far but too far to walk. Put in below the home of Brown. So I have a theory about the way this poem is constructed, and my theory is that I need to move my map back. My theory is that the poem has been rewritten, and Forrest Fenn, by his own volition, admits that the poem has been rewritten. So, without me going into specifics, because I think that's for another discussion, and then I know I could get torn asunder for this, but I'm just going to go make some assumptions. And so, here's the assumption I'm saying begin it where warm waters halt is here, right? You can see the red dot. And the next place you have to go is, just going to approximate this, is you have to go here. Okay. Then the next place you have to go is here. And then from there you have to go back here. And then from there you have to go to here. And then from here you have to go to here. So basically it would kind of look like something like this. You have to go here, over here, and over here, that's here, and there. And I'm just drawing it because I'm trying to make the point that you have to go to multiple places. And at each place, when you go to that place, you're going to be looking for something. There's something at each of these places, okay, that you're going to have to tarry scant and marvel gaze. So, and that's one of the reasons why I think that this thing is so difficult. And this is just my theory. It could be completely wrong, but I've had this idea for a long time. And it also explains why some people get close, but they didn't know that they were that close to it. Now, those people may have been to that spot and they were within 200 feet, but they may have been searchers, but they didn't even know that that was the location. So, like Forrest Fenn said, they just got lucky and happened to mention that they were at that place, and they didn't put the clues together. And I know this is really far fetched. Another version of this, my point is that you have to go to each place and you have to see the thing and know to look for that thing you're looking for, and that's going to give you a piece of information which is going to make the next clue seem, when you get to this one you'll already have seen this piece of information. When you get to this one, you already have two things, so it's going to be a heck of a lot easier when you get to this one to find that the next thing. And when you get to this one, it's possible that you may be able to skip this one and this one and this one and just go straight to the one where it is, right? And then when you get there on the ground, you're going to be, you're going to have enough information that you're going to be within 200 feet of it and probably go straight to it because you'll have the information that you need. Another variation on this is that, see if I can zoom in. I gotta turn it off. another variation on this, and I'm just going to use New Mexico because everybody loves New Mexico. Um, that it's the same thing I just mentioned, but it's in a smaller area. So the first clue is like Santa Fe. The next place you need to go is to, I'm just picking random places. You need to go to Las Vegas, and then you need to go here, and then that'll take you to Ole Caliente, and then you end up La Jara, and then how many I got? One, two, three, four. So the point is that it's a maze, right? You have to follow the maze of things, right, to get to the final place. That when you get there, again, when you get to that parking lot, you're going to have enough information that you went to those places, that you collected, that you saw, that you were. And the reason why you need to be wise and find the blaze is that the blaze is a trail, and you need to find the trail markers. And that's what I think is. There's one other possibility, and I mean, there's a lot of other possibilities, but I think in along the lines of this theory is it could be something like, let's I always forget to turn that off. I wonder if it could be something along the lines of, I think this is Taos. This is also Santa Fe. Uh, let's just try. I'm trying to hold on. Put this on hold. So the next thing is like, say this is in Taos, I think New Mexico, and this is All Trails. It's really a cool website for hiking and everything. And we see this trail distance is 5.6 miles. It's a loop. It even tells me it's a loop. 1,335 gain. I think it tells me. No, it doesn't. I thought it told me. I thought this thing told me the distance. So this was my point: is that it's entirely possible that. So what I'm doing is I'm going from like really large, like the blaze is a maze, just like I said with the ball of yarn story. Is that you need to go to each location to get one piece of information, then you go to the next location and you get that other piece of information that helps you go to, etc. In and you have to go just like Forrest Fed. You have to go in a sequence. You have to go one thing after another. You have to put one foot on each rock to get to the next step. So it's, and like I said, it's either large, and that's why he says it's going to be very difficult, or what does he say? It's going to take you a lot of effort. I forgot the word he used, but or the scale of the area is in one state. And I'll do one last thing, but I mean, here's the example of like this loop trail. I mean, the other way it could be is, and I'm kind of over beating this to death, is you pull to the parking lot, and you need to go to this trailhead, and then you go wrong color. You go to this trailhead and need to know to go here and go down here, down there, and then you need to go off trail because you're going to see something and it's there. And that's why he said that it's a loop, because he had to go out one way and in the other. Okay, that's. But the point of this is that the trail is, I'm going from a very large area down to like one state being the blaze to just a small, well, not small, but to some part of a national park being the blaze, which is the trail.